and they started screaming at the frogs. Ah, they're just frogs. There's no way those frogs are going to get to the top of that tower. And these frogs, they kept jumping and they kept jumping. People kept jeering at the frogs, telling them, no way, there's no way those frogs are going to do it. And one by one, the frogs started to quit. They started to tire. The frogs kept continuing until finally there was one last lone frog who continued to try and jump. The crowd kept saying, it's way too difficult for a frog. There's no way that frog will ever do it. That frog has no chance to succeed. That tower is way too high for that frog. And the crowd yelled and the crowd yelled, and eventually that one lone frog that was left made it to the top of the tower after one big effort. And astounded, all the other frogs came running and asked that frog that finally made it to the top of the tower, how did you succeed? What was the story of your success? That lone frog didn't answer. The frogs again asked, how did you do it? How did you get to the top of the tower? And then finally, that one lone frog that made it to the top of the tower took out his earplugs. That frog never heard anybody tell him that he could not do it. And don't let any of you listen to anybody tell you that you can't do it, because believe me, I know the type of work that you went through to get to where you are today. And this is not the end. This is just the beginning. So the moral of that frog story is, never listen to other people's tendencies to be negative. Always be positive. Confucius had a proverb, and it went along the lines of, the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't, both are usually right. You are all Fortis College graduates. Believe in your own greatness and achieve it. Thank you so much for letting me speak before you here today. It's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Mr. Visk, actually, this is just an appreciation for the College for the inspirational words you shared today. At this time, I would like to introduce our educational department chairs, as they want to give out an individual award for outstanding graduates. The first individual I'd like to have come to the stage with me is Mr. Patrick Duschel, Department Chair for the HVAC program.
I find myself very honored to be in front of you right now. This is the first HVAC graduating class that this Fortis College Institute has actually been put out. Choosing this type of an award is very difficult, the first graduating class, because there are so many efforts that our students and our now graduates have put forward. I found myself just turning over the ideas in my head and how to actually award these. It was very difficult because each one of them have overcome extreme challenges. An extreme that they have actually set forth and looked at as an opportunity to actually excel. I'm very proud of each one of them, and I had to select only two. It was extremely difficult. The first one will be for Jacob Potts. Unfortunately, he is not with us today, so I will accept this award in his honor. The second one is Mr. Dwayne Williams.
At this time, I'd like to ask Tricia Harmon, the Dental Assisting Program, to please join me at the podium.
Hello. As many of you know, I was an instructor previously. I left in August, and I've just come back as the program director. So these awards were decided before I came back. It's been about 2.5 weeks, and I'm very excited and very proud to present these. Both of you are very deserving people, as well as everyone in the department, but I would like to have Dana Marie Hendrickson come up, and Carla Patterson.
Next, to give the Allied Health Excellence Award, Ms. Linda Porterfield.
I had such a hard time because everybody deserves. I know everybody struggled hard. Everybody had, you know, their trying times. So I had a really hard time deciding who I should pick. So I went straight to numbers. Whoever had the highest GPA along with the best attendance is who we decided to award. Like Mr. Duschel, Stacy Fisher is not here. I'd like to accept this in her award. She's medical billing and coding. And for medical assisting, Ashley Boone.
And at this time, for the Nursing Excellence Award, Ms. Darlene Sanderson.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. Our new director was unable to make it, so I feel very honored to fill in at this point. Again, as previous speakers have said, this is a very difficult decision to make, but I feel very happy to announce the first award of excellence goes to Monica Ann Lindley. And the second award goes to Eric Joseph Ferris.
seen these students quite a bit in my role as assistant director, but it's been a good thing.
At this time, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Dean of Education, the following students have been recommended to receive the awarding of diplomas and degrees at Fortis College. Please hold your applause until each graduate has received their diplomas. Can I have the HVAC students please stand? Graduates, please. And again, I'd like to have Mr. Patrick Duschel join me to announce the names of his graduates.